Hey YouTube, this is going to be hopefully the last part of my cleaning up my fish room journey. As you saw in my last video, I get easily sidetracked. I'm hoping not to get sidetracked today. I really need to get it cleaned up so that I can just tear it apart tomorrow. It's kind of how it goes, but I would like at least one good day of a nice clean fish room. So that's what I'm going to work on. I also got a couple of new fish that I'll show you guys, and hopefully we'll have some fun. So I got a lot of the mess cleaned up, but there's still a ways to go here as I'm walking around the fish room. Got to get these tanks out of here. Hopefully rinse them off, or rinse them out. It's been freezing weather for like a month here, so I haven't been able to clean anything outside. But yeah, so I'm just gonna get the floor cleaned up. I still got this side of the room to water change, and then the middle guy here, and I think I'll finally be done, so that's what I'm going to get started on. Guess I'll give you a quick update on my snails. I actually had two of them die here, and I'm not sure why. See, the green stuff here is just leftover algae wafers that didn't get eaten, but they'll eventually slime their way over them and clean that up for me. But I've got the two dead ones, but I've also got hundreds and hundreds of little ones that you can see on the glass here. So this clutch right here looks like everything popped out of there, and there's just, I don't know, 100 of them there, which is by far the most I've gotten. And you can see a nice worm there. So pretty happy about that. You can see the gold mystery snails. Their shells are back. They're looking great. And basically, as you know, the only thing I changed was the aragonite substrate and then a high calcium diet. The blue ones still aren't looking that hot. The black ones are, I mean, they're okay, I guess. These guys here are doing good still, although I don't think they're supposed to be all white, so I'll have to look that up. But I think that's the only one that's all white. I thought only the tail, or like the back half, was supposed to be white, but I'm certainly not a snail expert, though I'm going to be overloaded on mystery snails pretty soon once these guys start growing. So I'm probably going to sell some of these gold ones since they're looking healthy now, but I have to wait and see. So here we are in my tote that I was putting like all my hardscape in when I was redoing the 125. And what I like to do here is just kind of take my flashlight and make sure I didn't miss any fish. Sometimes I'll miss a pleco that was stuck on a rock or on a piece of wood. So I just like to look around and make sure before I empty this. Doesn't look like there's anything in here. And we can sometimes kick it and see something splash around down there, but we're looking pretty empty. I'll take these two rocks out, find a tank for them, and then get this thing cleaned out. While I'm sitting here, I want to show you guys this, and that's the plants purling in the background. You can see it coming off the stargrass, and I don't know why, but I find it really enjoyable just to watch these plants release their oxygen into the water. I don't know, it looks kind of peaceful to me. I've always enjoyed watching it, and it's not like I'm getting crazy purling action here, but you know, there's a fair good amount of bubbles coming up there, so you know, even the crypt over here getting in on the action. Of course, I can't really zoom in on it, but you can see little bubbles on the tips over here coming up. So yeah, this is just something I always enjoy, so I figured I'd, you know, maybe let you guys know what I like looking at. Why not? And look, wouldn't you know it, I have another dead hang on the back filter. This one is probably about 7 months old, I think, when I was looking on my receipt. This is an AquaClear 50. I'm really surprised, but it's plugged in and not going. I took all the filter media out of it, cleaned it, and then kind of played around with the pump a little bit, and I've got absolutely nothing. What a joke. I'm telling you, stuff is garbage. But I have another piece of garbage to replace it with, and I've had this thing sitting around. I think I got this on Black Friday too, when they were like $22 at PetSmart. And so I'm going to put that on there. Hopefully I'll get about 6 months out of it, because this tank definitely needs some help. It's not too bad, but this thing's full of pleco, so it needs some, definitely needs some circulation. There's a bunch of huge quarries in here, as you see. So I want to throw that on there. Hopefully not change things up, but I don't know. I'm really focused on trying to get this room clean, but I don't know. These plants are looking pretty horrendous. I don't know. We'll see. So I'm doing a water change on this tank at the same time as setting up this filter. I did notice that two of my quarries kind of look like they had their noses rubbed off. Come on, there we go. See that guy there? Those ones look fine. And then this guy here. So I'm not really sure what that's about, but I am going to treat this with General Cure just as a precautionary, make sure that, or at least try to help make sure that it heals up okay on them. Maybe keep an eye on this tank to figure out what the heck they're doing to cause that. But see, I got the pump going over here, and I shook up this Java moss quite a bit, so it's really cloudy in here, hoping that pump can get rid of a lot of it. And then I'll be able to fire up this evil hang on the back filter. This thing's only got to last until I redo my fish room, so hopefully it can make it. I'm not sure what it's trying to focus on there, but there you go. So I did mention that I picked up some new fish, so I almost forgot to film them and show you. But here's one right here, hiding in the plants. Hopefully it'll focus. I don't think it will, since all these rainbows are in the way. There we go, this little fella here. This is a Golden Dwarf Cichlid. I don't know why that was so hard for me, but Golden Dwarf Cichlid, or Dwarf Golden Cichlid. It's a Nannacara, and there should be 6 of them in here. Oh, yeah, there's a second one. And so far, I've had these guys maybe a week and a half now, 2 weeks, not really sure. But yeah, they seem to have adjusted well. They basically just hide in the plants and in these cichlid caves here, cichlid stones. I don't think I'm going to find any more. There's the same one. Oh, there's a guy poking his head out there. You know, they're kind of small, so not a lot of color yet. Well, they're dwarfs, so obviously they're small. I should say they're young, so not a lot of color yet. Yeah, there's a couple more cruising around. That's still the same one though, but you saw the one in the back. Of course you see, well, don't really see, but there's an L264 Sultan Pleco in there. Always try to get those on film every time I look at this tank, but might not be so lucky today. There's something in there sticking its beak out. That might be, normally the L91 Pleco is in here, but his tail is usually sticking out, so maybe he's switching things up. Stir by Corey there. So yeah, that's the really only new exciting addition I've gotten in a while. But as you can see here, I'm doing a massive water change. I'll probably cut it off right about now and start refilling it. Also want to sneak down here, hopefully, and show you this, what I think is a really big male bristlenose pleco. We're not going to be able to see him too well, because he blends in with the wood. Of course, it's picking up the algae. Now, this isn't going to be as cool as I thought, but you can see his bristles there. This guy is easily pushing 6 inches, but that wasn't nearly as cool as I thought it was going to be. But I assure you, it looks really cool in person. So you guys are not going to believe this BS. I just did the water change in my snail tank here. I unplugged the HOB and I just went to plug it back in and nothing. Absolutely nothing. This is another AquaClear. I think this is the AquaClear 30. And nothing. It is completely dead. I'm so angry right now. Oh. Garbage. Why are they all garbage? I mean, I did nothing. I didn't take it apart. All I did was unplug it, change the water, and plug it back in. It's just absolutely ridiculous. So now here's another filter that I gotta spend who knows how long trying to fix and clean up, and the water's all cloudy. I tried using a sponge filter in here, but it definitely works, but it gets pretty bad pretty quick with a sponge filter with how many snails I have in here. So I like using the hang on back to suck out all this crap, and apparently it just couldn't handle it. Look at all the little mystery snails. Okay, I feel better now. Except now I gotta go drum up another filter. Oh, so I removed these 2 dead ones that were here. Boy, I don't know if any of you have dealt with dead mystery snails. They are the foulest, worst smelling thing. Makes you want to vomit. I don't know how I'm going to get the smell off my hands. I did like a 90% water change in here. It was awful. Unbearable. I can still smell it on my hands. I've washed my hands like 10 times. So I can't put my hands in any tanks now because they're just full of soap. But still, that's worse. Garbage. All garbage. Hopefully, Charles Fish Tanks, when he's all growed up and got his business degree, he can go work for one of these companies and set them straight. 'Cause this is ridiculous. Anyways, that's the end of my rant. Alright, it's been about an hour since my last check-in, and filling up the last tank now, which I realize this is the tank I started on, but for whatever reason this is the one I'm ending it on. So that'll be full in a second. I'm sure I'll get distracted and overflow it. I got my black totes out of here. Of course I couldn't wash them out. Got some nasty 10-gallon tank happening here. It's been sitting on the floor for a while. All that red is worms. Got another nasty one over here. But I can see the carpet, so we're making progress. A lot of people want an update video on my breeding for profit aquarium. There you go. There's the update. Everything's still breeding. And I'm totally just kidding. I'll do a real update, just bear with me. Hopefully get that out for you. I know a lot of people have been asking for it. It's been a little over a month since I've made one. So maybe that's what I'll do this weekend. Or today for you guys, since this is coming out on Saturday. But yeah, I'm going to shut off the camera so I don't overflow. Blood fins are schooling nicely, which most tetras do after a water change. Alright YouTube, I'm officially done for the day. I still got a few things to clean up, but you see lights are turning out. This bank of tanks already turned off, but turned them back on. So you can see this tank is still looking really good as far as water clarity. Well, as far as everything really, except for the plants. But something tells me they might start rebounding with this new clean water we're dealing with. So that's pretty neat. All the fry from the Cryptoheris burnae are fish food, so they're all gone. But That's the circle of life. But look at my floors. Granted, I still got this mess to figure out, but that's never going to change. This is one 10-gallon tank here. This is the nasty one that had all the worms. I don't know what I want to do with it yet because it also has about 50 scuds in it, so I don't want to dump it out. I want to keep that culture of scuds going. So if you guys have any tips, I mean, I could try to scoop them out one by one, but that's going to be a pain in the butt. Snail tank here after my little hang on back snafu road rage incident. Got a sponge filter in there now. That's just what I'm going to go with. Come down here and check up on these guys. Or not. Of course, they all disappeared. Mystery snails in here aren't looking very good either. But one tank that is looking really good, I feel, is currently my favorite tank. That's really hard to see because of all the glare. But the jungle fowl is really starting to spread in here. Well, it's getting bushy back there and slowly making its way across here. This is a 75-gallon tank with just one stingray on it, so slowly but surely. Gold ocelotus there. The other thing is I finally have my sole female holding. These are the Cyprochromis utenta. And I started this group with 3 males and 2 females, I believe. Maybe a little more. But there's 3 fry in here now. There's 2 of them. And I got the last female holding, which is nice. So hopefully I can start building up that population. See, there's one of the males there now. But yeah, really nice and dense in here. Julies love it in there. Still just have a ton of Juliochromis fry. They're still spawning. Don't think there's anything I can do about that. Oops. Well, I'm not sure if we're going to find any plecos since I just stirred up this tank. Of course, right when I say that, there is a huge blue phantom pleco. Oops, sorry about that. Just looking to see if I can find any others. Don't see any. There's the Pseudocren labiatus. I know that's not pronounced right. Nicolsi. Java moss, loving the water change. Bulbitis, Anubius back there, loving the water change. I did pick up some White Cloud Minnows. They're supposed to be longfin, but they're not. So I'll probably end up putting those in my dad's pond because I really have no use for them. I really wanted the longfin, so I'm kind of disappointed there. Alright, so that's going to do it for this video. Finally clean. Nothing too exciting like my last video, but it just feels good to have the fish room clean. Be on the lookout for the live stream tonight. I'm going to have Charles Fish Tanks on there, so check out his channel if you haven't. Check out the live stream tonight. Also, I'm getting pretty close to 5,000 subscribers, and you guys know I'm doing a contest giveaway at 5,000 subscribers. You know, I've got a few prizes lined up so far, so definitely be on the lookout for that. That video will be coming out as soon as I hit 5,000 subscribers. So yeah, lots to look forward to. So go ahead and subscribe if you haven't, and hopefully I'll see you guys tonight on the live stream.